Let's unravel the most believable title path for every squad still in the mix, because let's be honest, not everyone still dancing actually has a chance at the crown. The Kings, Mavericks, Heat, Bulls, Magic, and Hawks? Now don't get me wrong, each of these teams has flashed potential at times. But when it comes to truly surviving the playoff gauntlet, they're missing critical pieces and most of them won't even sniff a second round. Let's show a little love to the Eastern Conference play-in scene, though it's got more juice than it's getting credit for. Orlando and Atlanta in particular have notched big-time wins over playoff heavyweights like Cleveland and Boston, but in a full 7-game series when the lights are brightest and every possession matters, I just don't see them shocking anyone. Then there's Miami and Chicago, two teams with proud histories but inconsistent execution. Both have spent the season stuck in neutral, plagued by offensive droughts and a lack of reliable firepower. It's been tough to buy into their chances all year. Now Dallas and Sacramento? They're the chaos agents. Not true contenders, but absolutely capable of flipping a bracket on its head. The real contenders better keep one eye open, especially for Dallas. If Anthony Davis goes full superhero mode, they could easily play spoiler and send a top seed packing before the main event even begins. But realistically, the ceiling for either squad is maybe forcing a 6-game dogfight. That's about it. Next, we move to what I call the solid season, but not built for May tier. That's where you'll find the Pacers and Pistons. Both teams have been among the feel-good stories of the year, showcasing serious growth and future promise. But the playoffs? Take Indiana, for example. Last year's unexpected Eastern Conference Finals run? Let's be real, it came with a side of good fortune. Giannis missed the entire series, Dame was out for 3, and New York imploded under injury pressure. This year, though, Indiana's made real strides. Their offense is still dynamic, but now they're locking down late in games. In crunch time, they're dropping 121 points per 100 possessions, 5th in the league, and holding opponents to just 100.9, which ranks 3rd. That's elite two-way production. Tyrese Halliburton has blossomed into a full-fledged star, posting over 20 points, 11 assists, 2 steals a night on absurdly efficient shooting. But even with all that in their favor, they lack the elite ceiling you need to navigate the stormy waters of the postseason. They're good, but not hang-a-banner good. Detroit, meanwhile, is the comeback story of the year. From laughingstock to legitimate playoff squad, tripling their win total in one season, it's been a revelation. Since January, they've posted a 30-18 record, and that's no accident. The defense got stingier, the offense found rhythm. And Cade Cunningham? He's not knocking on stardom, he's barged through the door. But outside of Cade, things get murky. This roster leans heavily on youth with zero playoff seasoning. Their vets, Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley have seen the stage before but rarely thrived under its brightest lights. When the stakes rise, Detroit could unravel quickly. Credit to them for what they've done, but don't expect anything deeper than a first-round appearance. Now we enter the coaching shakeup tier, where front office chaos threatens to overshadow talent. Two teams fit the bill, Denver and Memphis. Let's start with the Nuggets. Their move blindsided everyone. Head coach Michael Malone got the axe less than a week before the playoffs, right in the middle of a 4-game skid. If every coach lost their job after 4 losses, the only ones left would be Joe Mazzulla and Mark Daigneault. And to make matters worse, Denver also parted ways with their GM. That's not just turbulence, it's a full-blown organizational earthquake. With the postseason looming, this kind of instability is the stuff of nightmares. Even with Nikola Jokic playing like a human cheat code, this internal dysfunction could be fatal. Their defense was already regressing as the season wore on. Now, I'm officially out on Denver's title hopes. They need a full reload this offseason. Better perimeter defenders, maybe even a Bruce Brown reunion. Memphis, on the other hand, made a slightly more calculated gamble. They promoted their lead assistant, credited with revamping their offense, to interim head coach. The goal? Lock him in before another team snatched him up. From a strategic angle, it makes sense. But the timing couldn't be worse. Right before the playoffs, continuity is everything. And this team's been erratic all year. This move might help long-term, but for now, they're not ready to compete for anything meaningful. I'm ruling both teams out. Milwaukee's success blueprint is simple: Giannis. And back in 2021, that was more than enough. Right now, he's cooking 4 straight triple-doubles, and with rest before a showdown against Indiana, he'll be locked and loaded. But here's the catch. Damian Lillard's health is a major question mark after that blood clot scare. And the defense, which showed signs of rounding into form, is slipping again. That said, Kevin Porter Jr. has been a revelation, doing the dirty work, filling gaps, and playing with relentless energy. Now let's talk Knicks. The heart is there, the grit is real, but the execution, it's shaky. 3 straight losses to Boston, Detroit, and Cleveland exposed their biggest flaw. They struggle closing out games against top-tier teams. That Cleveland collapse? A 23-point lead evaporated into a 36 fourth-quarter beatdown. Brutal. Talent-wise, they're loaded. Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are a dynamic pair. Their wing defense, Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, is elite on paper, but the drop-off from Towns to Hartenstein in the paint has hurt them. And mentally, they're just not all there yet. Losing 3 straight to teams you'll face again? That doesn't scream postseason readiness. Houston might just be the league's biggest wild card. Over the past month, they've looked flat-out terrifying. Their double-big lineup of Alperen Sengun and Steven Adams, a ridiculous plus 32. 5 net rating, historic stuff. They dominate the glass, lock down defensively, and score with precision, but the cracks show in tight games. A recent collapse against the Lakers, where Jalen Green got benched late for Fred VanVleet, highlighted their youth and lack of crunch-time polish. Outside of VanVleet, nobody's battle-tested, so while Houston's on the rise, I'm not fully sold on their playoff mettle. Then we've got the Clippers, the stealth juggernauts of the West. In their last 15 games, the Clippers lead the NBA in offensive rating, 124. And are giving up just 107 per game. That's elite two-way balance. Their loss to Cleveland, without Kawhi, made folks forget, but that's a mistake. They've got stars, depth, and playoff experience. In my eyes, they're the most overlooked threat in the league. And finally, Minnesota. That blown 24-point lead to Milwaukee stings, but don't let it distract you. Even if they drop into the play-in, they've got the firepower to battle their way out. Over the last 15 games, their offense has been the second best in the league, and their defense? Still top tier? That's a lethal combo when the stakes rise. Anthony Edwards is on a tear, averaging 28.5 a game with surgical efficiency. He just lit up Memphis for 44 points and 7 triples, a reminder that when he's locked in, he's nearly unguardable. Now let's shift to the Lakers. No team is swinging between heaven and hell more than this one. When things click, the Lakers look like the scariest team in the league. And that's entirely due to the nightmare pairing of LeBron James and Luka Doncic. That combo alone, it screams title potential. You might be able to scheme against one, maybe, but both? Good luck. Especially when they unleash that positionless chaos lineup with LeBron at center. That small ball group, 5 guys who can dribble, shoot, pass, and defend. It's organized mayhem. Over 176 possessions. They've posted a plus 8.7 net rating, good for the 61st percentile league-wide. And defensively? They're not just holding their own, they're smothering teams, allowing just 111.2 per 100. But here's the danger zone. Rim protection. Outside of LeBron playing spot minutes at the 5 or Jackson Hayes holding the fort, and the backcourt defense, Luka and Austin Reeves are electric offensively, but perimeter stoppers? Not even close. Come playoff time, opposing teams are going to hunt those matchups relentlessly. Now let's talk Warriors. They're not blowing teams away like the 2015 or 2017 squads, but they've evolved. Quietly, they've morphed into something just as dangerous. The reason? Jimmy Butler. Since arriving in the Bay, Golden State is 22-6 with Butler on the floor. His numbers, 17.3 points, 5.7 boards, 5.8 assists, 1.7 steals. Don't jump off the page, but he's the glue. He's filled that Andre Iguodala role, with a better handle, more reliable mid-range game, and the same tenacity on defense. And his presence has unlocked Steph Curry. With Butler beside him, Steph is putting up 27.5 per game on 60% EFG. That's not just numbers, it's liberation. The offense flows smoother, the defense is more adaptable, and suddenly, the Warriors look like a serious threat again. The only questions? Health and stamina. Butler and Steph need to stay upright. That's a lot to ask from 2 battle-worn veterans. Lastly, the Cavaliers. They're the most divisive team in this group. Some fans swear they're contenders. I'm not sold. They remind me of those mid-2000s Hawks teams, or the 2021 Jazz. Great structure, balanced on both ends. Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland haven't consistently delivered against elite defenses,